I've heard the bank collapse issue described as an epic disaster for tech startups who can't pay staff. Are there any crypto projects whose daily operations finances have been wrecked by the TradFi crash? So you're right, it was a very stressful time. Tech execs had plenty to worry about, but by Sunday, all was okay. Thanks to QE, thanks to the government saying we'll bail out, we'll make sure everything is running swimmingly on Monday after the crisis. So it was a rough weekend for many, but payroll was made. But the real issue is, what will the US do for startups? Will there be a VC-friendly, startup-friendly bank to replace them? Who's going to acquire them? Will they have the same approach to market that SVB did? Remember, SVP got screwed because they had to chase yield and they got into 10-year bonds. And of course, rates went through the roof and those bonds fell by 20 to 30% in value. It was the Fed that smashed SVB. They'd been running fine for over 40 years, never had a problem. And they did have very poor risk management, of course. But those companies, though, that were hurt by SVB, but they'll be made whole again on the crypto side were Ripple, BlockFi, Circle, Pantera, Avalanche, Yuga Labs, and Nova Labs. Remember, Nova Labs is actually the company that's behind Helium, which got hit as well recently in the market. And Helium is supposedly moving to Solana. Now, this date is sometime in April, about a month from now. And the note regarding Solana is Anatoly Yakovenko said they had no exposure to SVB at all, whereas Nova Labs did. Ripple had money there. Circle had money there. I was surprised BlockFi had $250 million there, I think. So that's the exposure. Now, getting back to the whole bank crisis, I would say there's more shoes to drop. It is a regional/community bank crisis. People are draining anybody with more than $250,000. They're pulling it out. And that bleed has not stopped. In addition, the motherships, the big money center banks, also have some exposure to unrealized HTM losses. So more stuff will go wrong. And Janet Yellen, she has given crypto a very good look. There's a number of things happening behind the scenes because you're worried about kind of jobs and crypto. My take is, as usual, a little bit contrarian. So I do believe young people don't want to work for banks, period. I also believe large banks will be hiring to accommodate the influx of new business from small banks that people don't trust anymore. And as larger rivals swallow smaller financial institutions, staff will be laid off as bigger banks already have the personnel. And then if crypto keeps up its momentum, more banks will be interested in pivoting their careers, more bankers, I should say, will be interested in pivoting their careers towards the crypto space. And remember, the analysis of going to work for a small bank is just too risky. And being at a massive bank, you just get lost in the crowd. So joining a crypto firm might be an attractive alternative for people looking to fast track their careers. And crypto is the future. All banks, I've been saying for a long time, in the next 8 years, they will be heavily disrupted by blockchain. That's why the people in power at major governments, they get paid by big banks and big pharma and all this stuff. And as a result of that, they do what the big banks and the big pharma want. They're like puppets. And that is the problem. I hope I'm not too political in saying that. But if you look at where the funding comes for many of these politicians, the answer is right there.